We'd love to hear it. Taryn at EarzUpPodcast.com, or you can go to the blog, EarzUp-podcast.com, and we have a contact list there. You can send feedback through there, too. Compliments, anything that you want to share with Terrence, send that to Terrence at EarzUp-podcast, and then Jason at EarzUp-podcast.com. I don't know what you send me, but, there we go. I like to be open and accessible to all of my fan. And then, as Taryn said, don't forget to check out the blog. We have a lot of cool Disneyland info. We had a couple cool scoops, if I do say so myself, this past week. One, we got the first look at that cut-through pass around Main Street that is open at night now. It finally is open, and where you can, it's like the overflow pass, right? So you can, at the end of the fireworks, the lights come up and all that kind of stuff, and then the crowds just roar down Main Street. But you can avoid all that if you're hanging around in Tomorrowland, and you can kind of just cut right beyond. And it's terrible. The theming is just, it looks like fencing and DCA.
So plywood isn't good Imagineering is what you're saying?
Oh, it's just, I mean, at least it's decorated, yeah. But
so it's terrible, but also, I was under the impression that it was open all of the time. I thought that was just the new thing.
No, it's only at night.
And so that's when I was really upset, because I was like, that goes against everything Walt was trying to build. He takes you down Main Street.
Right.
But it's not. It's just after the fireworks, so I kind of don't care. It's dark. You're not going to see it anyway.
I kind of don't care. Well, I don't know. I mean, I care on the one hand that it's Disney. Theme it out. That whole backstage area, that entire space was going to be something called Liberty Street, where they're going to do, I don't really know what, I think Victorian era kind of stuff. But just to have it here's just some shaped plywood with some glossy paint on it, and then some attraction posters. Okay.
Is it possible that because
boring.
it looks really similar to what was in DCA when they were changing DCA?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is it possible that they're just building stuff back there?
I don't think so, because why would they? What's the rush? Why not just build it? Why? There's no. They've had it for almost 60 years without a pass through. Yeah. They could wait another holiday season and just
it's almost the 60th anniversary too. So they're probably expecting bigger crowds than they even have now.
They could in the future do something. I don't know, but I don't know. It's kind of a horrible thing, horrible theming, because there was no theming. But then our other big old scoop was the Muppets 3D Vision, half projected, half stage show that is gone. That has been removed as of yesterday, I believe. And people didn't even know about it. There were still people painting the guard railings, just giving another coat of paint. Yeah, in the queue. Sorry, guess what? This thing's gone now. In favor of a Frozen stage play, or not stage play, but a stage show. And I heard it's gonna be a sing along.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
that's what all the little girls want.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's the rumor. That's the scuttlebutt.
Yeah, I'm anti.
For sure.
Anti.
Yeah, so the Frozen thing isn't going to last. It's not going to survive. It's not going to be there forever. Mm-hmm. But Muppets will never come back. So whatever replaces the Frozen stage thing, it will not be the Muppets again.
Right.
But go to the blog. You can check it out, EarzUpPodcast.com. And you can see the photos. All the lights are on. All the theming is kind of being removed. That queue area that kind of looks, hodgepodge with all the crates and all that kind of stuff. That's all gone.
Wow.
They're just getting rid of it. They're scrapping it all. So I wonder if it's going to be all on eBay or some auction site soon, or you know what I mean? I wonder what happens with all that stuff. I want all of that stuff. I want to make my house the queue. Yeah, the queue for Muppet 3D Vision. I love the Muppets, but apparently nobody else really cares about the Muppets, even though the movies did fine.
Well, if you think about it, the last maybe 3 or 4 times you watched that, how many people were in the theater?
Oh, a handful. That's what I mean, right? And I don't know. I guess I heard that they were thinking about getting rid of the Aladdin stage play, but people kept going to it. And I think after Robin Williams passed, I think that kind of gave a little boost in the old seats. So I don't know. Aladdin. Come on, who cares?
I mean, they have to keep changing things. I understand that, but I do feel like Frozen is. I don't know. I go back and forth because obviously Frozen is a huge hit for them.
Yeah.
Massive. But everything is Frozen now. World of Color is the Frozen thing for Christmas.
The Christmas
And
special is going to be
Christmas
Frozen.
special,
We were
yeah.
there last weekend and we saw that being shot with Train, special guest
Ooh,
Train.
yeah, I
San
heard
Francisco's own
Yeah,
Train.
they sounded real good. Everything is frozen. Yeah, and it's now it's too much. It was too much before. It is way too much now. So overkill. They have 2 other movies to get through in this whole trilogy of frozenness.
Oh, I forgot that they were doing that.
Yeah, and it's when is enough
Just
going
build
to
Frozen
be enough?
Land already and just get it over with.
Yeah,
Turn
I mean,
Bug's Life into Frozen Land and move everything there.
they're doing Avatar Land. When was the last time anyone ever talked about Avatar?
Yeah,
I forgot about
dumb.
that movie.
Yeah,
Everybody did.
and they
I've
have
never
2
even
other
seen
ones
it.
coming out.
Why?
Because the first one is so wildly popular, they started working on the second and third one simultaneous. They were
Wow.
shooting the second and third at the same time.
Remind me to miss that.
But yeah, who? I mean, I liked Avatar. That was fine. But who's gonna Avatar Land? Come on, get out of
Yeah.
my
There's
face.
a lot they can do. There's a lot they can do.
Yeah, we've seen it, bits and pieces when we went to Imagineering. They're working on stuff. It looks cool, but why? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Does anybody really care? I think they're going to care for like 6 months, and they go, "Wow, look at this thing! I don't even know what it is, but it looks like a tentacle and glows, and that's great."
Well,
Let's
yeah.
go ride the train around the park because, and then get a
A
churro,
in
right.
every land. Yes. I understand.
By the way, there was a guy on Twitter. I forget his name now. I'm gonna look it up because I thought it was amazing. Hang on.
I have no idea.
No,
I don't know.
no.
What's
Taryn
going
doesn't
on
know.
here?
I didn't tell her. Oh wait. Oh no. See, I love my new phone. I got that Droid Turbo, and it just launches everything. This guy, Maticus Dizwire, says only 20 days more until churros in every land.
Yeah.
All in caps.
That's awesome.
And I was like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna good luck doing the Terrence. I called it. That's
Yes.
like the thing. And he's like, I may stretch it out a bit over 5 days, but it seems within reach.
It's very doable.
Yeah.
Even within
I
a
feel
day.
like you're going to get sued at some point. Somebody's going to get diabetes, and they're going to be like, it's
The
because
beets?
I pulled
Hey.
the Terrence.
Well, the good news about the beats is
That's
that
what it's
you're gonna get it already.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
This isn't gonna send you over the edge.
I'm just speeding it up.
Right.
Yes.
Do you know how many churros I had while we were there?
How many?
Zero.
You remember when we talked, we were texting, and I said
Yeah.
you need to do that? And you said, yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
I was having a drink at Carthay while we were doing that, so I wasn't going
Oh.
to leave to go get a churro.
Well, I actually kind of understand that then.
Yeah. What was I talking about? What were we talking about before I mentioned
Avatar
the trailer?
being
Oh yeah,
stupid.
Avatar.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Give me Muppets Land. I care so much more about the Muppets than I do. Every time I go
But
to
I-
DCA, I ride that ride, except this last
It
time.
reaches so many people because I remember being, I'm not that old, but I remember being a kid and watching the Muppets and watching, Sesame Street and watching all those different things. And my parents remember watching that when they're younger as well. And so
Yeah.
Muppets,
It's a
appeals,
generational thing.
Yeah, it appeals to a bigger audience. I just don't get the whole Avatar world
Frozen.
thing.
Now that whole Hollywood corridor of DCA is going to be take your kids to these sing-alongs that nobody cares about. It's going to be with that Diego stage show or whatever.
Yeah.
Then back there, and then it's going to make the queue for Monsters Inc. explode
Right.
because you're going to get so much traffic back there, and it's kind
Yeah.
of a weird, funky section of the park anyway because you got to
Yeah.
go behind restaurants and.
Yeah, I wonder when they're going to get rid of the whole Hollywood thing anyway.
What we did find out the last time we went to the parks. Oh, here, let me finish this, and we can kind of do our little
Okay, no
recap.
problem.
Don't forget to check out the blog, like I said, for more cool Disney information. Support EarzUp. We do need your help. Running a podcast is not cheap nor free, so we do have an Amazon link on our website. If you go there and if you do a little Amazon shopping, you can go through, click the link. It'll redirect you to Amazon, but put our little snippet of code in there. Then you can just bookmark that as your Amazon page, and then everything that you do when you buy through Amazon, some of that comes to us, and that way you don't have to think about it ever again. It's just kind of set up right there, whatever. Holidays are coming up. We could really use a little cut of that Amazon cash. We have coasters for sale, I think, online. And we also have recently set up reoccurring donations. Now, I know I've said that before in the past, but apparently the code wasn't working. And oddly enough, a listener called Greg pointed that out. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to sign up for this reoccurring donations thing you guys have, but it's not working. So I had to sit and pretend I knew something about HTML. And anyway, so it's working. So now you can
Good.
officially go sign up for a reoccurring donation as low as $1 a month if you want, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It helps us and it helps us bring this cool information to you. So anyway, Let's do a rundown of the of our trip here real fast. Here.
Yeah, wasn't it fun when we just went to? Oh yeah, I didn't go again.
No, well,
Yeah.
hey, it's
Okay,
not my
well,
fault.
this was like a really random, completely sporadic, probably shouldn't have done it sort of trip.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right.
We had not saved up for it. It was just like a
It's everything we were against,
except for Disneyland. And so then
but we did it.
I was telling Jason, like, that's my problem is you just put a little seed in my head of something that I like and I go do it.
Yeah.
It used to happen when I was in college. Like, I had a friend and she'd be like, oh, doesn't pizza in Berkeley sound so good? And I'd be like, yeah, let's just do that instead of go to class.
Yeah.
Like, it's just I just need
But
the
she went to school in
idea.
UCLA.
I know.
So
I was going to say, so that was a long drive. Yeah.
That's when I was in community college.
Oh, okay.
yeah, so Disneyland, it was cool. It was very much a whirlwind trip. So the thing I alluded to before is we were walking down Hollywood Boulevard. It was at night, and that backdrop, that forced perspective backdrop, apparently sunsets.
Really?
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't know this either, because I
No.
felt like just a weird person.
No, I had
I felt
no
like I
idea.
was missing. Yeah, so if you go at night and you look, and there's a sunset. It's a classic Hollywood sunset. It never fully goes down, which would be rad to turn
Right.
that and then into like the nighttime.
Right.
Have some stars show up, but it's always sunset at night, and then during the day it's the daytime.
It makes sense because I never go down that way at night. I'm always headed towards Cars Land.
Yeah.
Right.
Or, the pier.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, because we're going in like 2 weeks or something like that. I'll check it out.
Check it out.
That's
It's
awesome.
pretty cool. I have some pictures, but it wouldn't do it justice. So check that out. But the cool thing is that Taryn and I would like to report on is that we have finally been to the new Club 33.
Ah.
We
And
have.
yes, so we didn't eat at Club 33, but we were able to go to the Salon Nouveau, I believe is how it's pronounced, the kind of little jazz scene up there. And it was cool. I really liked it. I thought it was great.
It was way better looking inside than any of the photos give it credit for.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to capture that kind of ambiance in a photo, especially
Yeah.
because there's a lot of amateur photoers.
Photographers.
Photoers?
Yeah, photographers.
Sure, thank
Yes.
you. And they don't, you're shooting into the sun, so everything's all blurry and weird, and it's just, it's really cool. It's a lot of exposed brick and these polished beams. It was rad. The chandeliers fit in. The hand carved bar was really cool. They had an absinthe fountain, which I didn't know they had an absinthe fountain. Like, they do some serious drinks there.
Wow.
The food was pricey and you didn't get a whole lot, which I
It wasn't
disliked.
pricey.
No, it
So
wasn't pricey.
It wasn't pricey. It was like $12 for
A
a
handful
little
of
salad,
salad.
for a salad. And so I was like, I knew it was going to be small, but like, wow, it was like
Yeah.
3 bites of salad.
Seriously, maybe 4.
Wait, so, wow.
Yeah. So they have food and appetizers and stuff like that.
Wow.
It was a really good 3 bites. Like,
Yeah.
it was really tasty.
It was good.
And it was my kind of salad because there was like hardly any lettuce and just all topping. And part of
For $12, it
and-
better be.
Well, and then Sunday went to Ralph Brennan's down there in
Yeah.
downtown Disney. I had a $14 salad that filled me up, and I was like, "This is amazing." So it was cool, and you go in, and we got to see the things that we reported on, which was kind of cool for me, is to hear all the reports coming out of Club 33, being the first people to be bringing this stuff to the public about the changing photos and all the kind of little animated stuff that they have there. And then actually being able to see it. And it's really, really cool. If you weren't going to go, if you ever got the chance to anybody, definitely go. I will say that the people who were hating on the club will have never been. Once
Okay.
you go to the
Yeah.
thing and you get it, because it's hard to understand it. You hear Club 33, blah, 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 and I fell into that trap too because I really enjoyed Club 33.
Right.
The jazz club is different.
Yeah.
Okay.
The jazz salon is completely different. It was in a place that was just used as storage. You're not doing anything weird. It's darker, kind of like Club 33 was.
Okay.
It's built after the Princess and the Pea. No,
Frog.
Princess and the Frog. What's
yeah.
her name? Tiana.
Tiana.
It's based off of that movie.
Oh, okay.
So like kind of New Orleans style,
Yeah.
which makes sense because it's in
It
the French
fits
Quarter,
in.
New Orleans, right?
So there's a lot of blues and a lot of greens and dark woods.
But dark
and-
woods and bricks and dark greens. Yeah, it's
Nice.
very cool. Very, very cool. I really appreciated our time there. Then yes.
I was gonna say, like, there's these. I guess we talked about it before, but seeing them in person, the portraits that are in the booths, and they have these weird little things that change in them. So like,
Nice.
Yeah, there's like there's one of a Huck Finn, what I can imagine, and Huck's and Tom Sawyer are standing on their little raft, and at night the little raft has a lantern that kind of flickers on, and then they're pointing after a steamboat, and the paddles in the boat like it's churning up water, but sometimes the lights will kind of come up behind it and animate the churning.
yeah. So it looks like a painting, but then every once in a while you'll see like an animation behind it.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
It's really cool. And there was also a Haunted Mansion one. It was just really neat. It was really cool.
So not LEDs, but like
yeah, like you
what's the
wouldn't
name
know.
of the little wire? The
Fiber optics?
Fiber optic.
Probably
yeah.
fiber.
Yeah.
Probably something like that. You wouldn't know, like if it was turned off, you wouldn't know that existed.
And that's probably what it is. Then.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
They had one of like a ballroom scene where it was
that was my
empty and there was
favorite.
a stage. It was more looked like a video than a painting like the other ones looked. But then slowly these party guests would come in, and then the party would get in full swing. There was a stage, the curtain would open, there's all the kind of stuff. Then it turns into color. It starts at black and white.
Okay.
Then it goes back into black and white. People disappear, and there's a janitor coming sweeping up the floor,
Oh,
and then it
that's
resets.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's
That is
pretty rad.
awesome.
So it was really cool. But then we go in.
Oh wait, before we,
Yes.
I have to talk about the bathroom real fast.
Okay, talk about the bathroom.
The women's bathroom, the old Club 33, the bathroom was amazing, and the toilets were crazy. I'm sure you've seen pictures. If not, you can Google it and find it. Really cool, like seated toilet.
Can you imagine if someone catches you Googling bathroom images?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
But this one's really nice too. Like it's more stall-like. There's more stalls and things. Like it's more of an actual bathroom, like a restaurant bathroom. But there's a fainting couch, just in case things get just a little too weird.
Like a chaise
But
lounge.
it's
I think it's just for women to lounge around.
But that's what it's actually for.
Oh,
Like,
that's what you
in
were
the
told?
past, like it was, like
okay.
for women, in case things just got a little too weird, or at that time they were wearing corsets
Sure,
and things. So like
yeah.
they every bathroom had a fainting couch,
The
and
good
this
old
one
days.
does.
Yeah. The bathrooms were crazy because in the men's they have the pull chain to flush the toilet.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I was like,
Yeah.
wow. And anyway, so the bathrooms are, of course, wonderful. Then we go into Club 33. So you go upstairs and there's like an entryway, a landing, and then you go to the left to go to the salon, or you go right, you go to Club 33. I personally like the old club better. I don't know. I can't say it any other way. It looked great. It was very light. A lot of kind of bone white or off white coloring. Have some cool photos I'll throw up online.
Okay.
But I just wasn't as impressed as I used to be with the Club 33. If I had a membership, I would kick it in the salon. I really would. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would eat at Club 33 just.
Well, yeah, we
'cause
didn't eat there. I bet the food makes it a little
I'm
bit
sure the
more
food
exciting.
is wonderful, right? But it's not very. I just kind of. It wasn't as impressive to me as the original club was.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not that, like that first initial impression. Like I think when you went into the old Club 33, it was just like a flush of magic. And I think part of that, Jason and I were talking about this, a part of that was that only a select few people, really hard Disney fans, knew that this existed.
Right.
Now
right.
everybody in the world knows. Anybody who's ever Googled Disneyland probably knows that there is such thing as Club 33.
And now when you walk by, you can see up in there. You can see the backs of people's heads eating dinner, and it's like it kind of ruins it a little
Yeah.
bit for me. So I don't know. I like the salon better. I thought Club 33 was too open and too airy. I disliked it a lot. It was cool to see the vulture, although the vulture didn't work.
that was really cool.
Then we got to go into the 1901 club also.
Yeah, we got double time.
Yeah.
It was
Jerks.
awesome.
So
I know.
and we didn't really know where it was. Taryn and I, up until the time we went in, we're speculating. Where is it? Where is it? It's when you go into Carthay, it's the
Yeah.
next door.
You guys didn't know that?
No, I had no
no
idea.
idea.
Yeah.
I was
Taryn-
always looking for an upstairs secret door.
That's what I thought.
No, it's literally
yeah,
next
like
door.
a
Yeah.
retina scanner or something.
Yeah.
Club 33, or excuse me, 1901 is everything that I wish the new Club 33 was. It's darker. It's themed out not as in your face, but just very much like a gentleman's club,
Like a cigar bar.
like
kinda,
a cigar bar from the
yeah.
20s and 30s. Dark. You can have your own spaces. The bar is really cool. There's a lot of private photos of Walt, and they have a Christmas tree, and just kind of that kind of stuff. It's not super gimmicky. It's not super elegant.
It's comfortable.
It's super comfortable. It's right next to Carthay. They have the same drinks. At the Salon Nouveau, they have specialized drinks that you can't get anywhere else.
Right.
But whatever. So if I had a membership, I would just kick it in the 2 places that you can get into all the time.
Yeah.
That you don't need a reservation to spend money. I don't know.
The only thing that I was a little, like, I can't say disappointed, but just surprised that, like, 1901, it's literally the same menu as Carthay. So part of me, I felt like, well, that's cool because I've already done this.
Right.
But then another part was like, oh, I was expecting a little bit more.
We definitely spent way less money at 1901 because it's the same thing.
Right.
But they didn't have. It was interesting. They were only branded in 2 places. One just above the bar, where it just said 1901, and then on the cover of their menus. That's it. There's no Club 33. Like Club 33, where you have like a cabinet of wares, and you can get shot glasses and wine decanters and jackets and wine stoppers and cigar cutters or whatever.
Well,
Nothing.
yeah.
There's no merch for 1901.
Supposedly there's a 1901 in
England, I think is what it is.
So I think legally they can't actually sell anything with 1901 on it.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And so you
it's
could
kind of funny because it's kind of dumb for them to name it
change
that.
the name. Yeah, and that's when Walt was born, and so they wanted to keep it like that. But put the 1901 or
or 19
or Disney's
whatever.
1901 or Walt's 1901 or something. Sell me a keychain. Stop.
Right? Yeah, that's kind of what I was like. That's kind of weird.
Stop it.
There's also a Club 1901 in
but
Toledo, Ohio.
But that's Club 1901.
Yeah.
This
you're
is
right,
just
yeah.
1901.
You're
So,
right.
but that's the point, is they could have just changed the name. Anyway, not to put too fine a point on it, but I really appreciated the time at 1901. That was my favorite place.
That was his favorite. I liked the salon a little bit better. However, 1901 had literally the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in my life.
I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah.
It's this leather envelope of
It's a
goodness.
cloud. It's
It
a
was-
cloud.
Yeah, and I sat in it, and I was sitting there for 30 seconds. And I'm like, Taryn, I'm still sinking into this chair. I'm literally still moving back into this chair, and I don't know what to do. It's
It was
just
amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, that was our
Well, maybe one day I'll get to.
maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
I don't know. That was our Disneyland trip. I'm sure there's much more to talk about.
I
but-
also I wanted to note that it was my first time ever being in Disneyland by myself. It was, It was
So I flew down there for business. I went to Disneyland by myself, which was my first time, but it was really weird. And then I went to do BlizzCon because I'm a video game nerd, and that was rad. That was seriously a lot of fun. But then Taryn went by herself because what's she going to do in a hotel room on a Friday by herself, So she went to Disneyland.
So I spent a lot of time in Disneyland by myself, which I kind of pumped myself up for, but it ended up being kind of strange at times.
I can understand that.
It was a little weird.
Get on the mic, Bev. What are you showing everybody?
That Harry Potter quiz you sent me?
Yeah.
37 out of 42.
God!
Wow.
In case anyone's ever seen it,
Wow.
it was on Mental Floss. I love Mental Floss, by the way. It was on Mental Floss a couple days ago. It was like, how many last names of Harry Potter characters can you get? And it doesn't. It just autofills. So there's all the first names, and it's 40 or 42.
42.
And you see a name and you type it, and if you're right, it associates what you typed with that name.
You have to spell them correctly. I was
You have to
having
spell
some
them.
trouble there.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get 37? The full time, like the full.
No, I quit because there was 4 whatever that I didn't know.
So how long?
I
'cause
had
it's
1 minute and 42 seconds left.
So you almost did it in 5 minutes
Yes.
because there's a 7-minute timer.
Yes.
Wow.
That's
pretty good.
impressive.
If only I had applied myself like this in high school.
Oh, the Civil War. I don't know. But Harry Potter, now that's a guy that I know about.
That's funny.
Okay, let's get on with our show, huh?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like I've talked too
I'm
much.
so excited about this show. This is probably, I was not looking forward to it until I started writing my thing out, my Imagineering stuff.
Yeah.
And my brain just started flowing, and I think I'm going to get a job
Wow.
from this.
You think so?
Like, I have such good ideas.
There are some Disney people that do listen to the show, so maybe.
My boss came up to my desk today to ask me something, and looked over my shoulder and saw
That you weren't working?
an open Word document with me doing this. And she looked at it and she goes, "That's a fantastic idea," and walked away. Didn't even ask what she wanted to ask me. She was that impressed.
Well, she went to the boardroom and started filling out your pink slip. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, Taryn, since you're super excited, why don't you start out? So just to clarify, we've tasked ourselves with what would we do as Imagineers to pep up the park according to the EarzUp protocol, because we have a higher standard. No, we don't have a higher standard, but we have a high standard of what we want in the park. And everyone has an opinion on Disney, but this is our chance to voice that opinion.
So I have 3 different ones. Do you want me to do all 3 right now, or should we kind of go around the board?
Just do it all 3. Crank them out.
You sure you don't want to take turns?
Let's take turns.
Okay. All right. I'll go first.
The
with
issue
my first
is,
one.
I mean,
I'll go second.
The issue is that, I have like 4. How many do you guys have?
I have 3.
I have 3.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's fine.
That's fine.
You should go first then.
I don't want to go first. You go first.
Okay. Then you can just do 2 in a row. Okay. So my first one is something I've always talked about. Alice in Wonderland Land. Okay.
Right.
So here's a couple of my ideas. Character dining sit-down restaurant where you eat with the Queen of Hearts. It's gonna be specializing in like delectable, like hearty foods, steak and potatoes, turkey with gravy, pork chops, huge pieces of cake for dessert, and she's gonna be walking around being all mean and stuff, and like it's a character dining,
Okay.
but like more of a dinner style one.
Okay.
Also, there will be a tea shop with various specialty teas, tea sandwiches. Oh, and darn it. There's going to be also like a kind of not secret, but like a reservation only 4:00 tea time per day, where you can go and have tea and biscuits and little sandwiches, tea sandwiches up like with not necessarily with Alice, but like it's a special tea thing. Let's see. Oh, and the tea shop would also be in the. It would look like the White Rabbit's house.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That sounds
So the upstairs. So what I imagine is the upstairs is where the reservation tea would happen.
Awesome.
And then lastly, for Alice in Wonderland Land, there would be a place where you can go talk to the caterpillar, and this would be reminiscent of what's it called, the Finding Nemo place where he
Turtle Talk with Crush.
Yeah, it would be like that, but you can talk to the caterpillar, and he's a really different character. He's not very fun. He's kind of a jerk sometimes,
right.
and so you can ask questions, and he'll kind of chat back to you and do the "Who are you?" that kind of thing.
Okay.
So that's my Alice in Wonderland Land.
I like it.
All right.
I like that. I would go to that.
Terrence?
All right. So I complain a lot on the show about rides and rides that I don't want to go on. And the ride that I complain about, but I still go on, is Ariel's Under the Sea Adventure. Big fan of The Little Mermaid. It's my wife's favorite movie. I like it as well. But I had some great ideas to change it. So the biggest issue I have is that it's built to somewhat be like a dark ride, but it's not really a dark ride, even though they have the technology to make it something better. So this is what I would do. Nothing would change in the queue. The ride would still be the same, where you're on an omni-mover kind of track. But so like the movie, things would be nice and airy and bright to begin with. You see Ariel exploring a sunken ship. You'd hear the Under the Sea song. But then something would change. So
Danger.
Exactly. So where you descend now, you're just basically going backwards down a hill, and they project bubbles on the wall. Well, that's not what's going to happen anymore. You're actually going to be descending underwater. Now, I'm not trying to drown anyone.
Yeah,
So this
okay.
is what it would be.
Wow,
It
all
would
right.
be a makeshift plexiglass, extremely thick tunnel that is literally
Okay.
underwater. So you would be traveling through an aquarium, basically, a
Okay.
very
Okay.
dark aquarium, and you'd have no fish in there that aren't bottom dwellers. So you have eels, you have some sharks, you'd have stuff like that floating along. But you'd also use underwater projection to project different scenes from the movie. So when Ariel decides to trade her voice for legs, and Triton's battle with Ursula, you would be seeing all of this from the perspective of being at the bottom of the sea looking up, turning it into a dark ride as well. So that's where all the tent scenes would be as well. And then after going through this tunnel underwater, that's when you would come up and you would see Eric and aerial waving and everything's good and you leave. But that's the biggest problem with me is that the underwater part isn't magical enough. So I would turn it into a tunnel.
How
like that.
long do you imagine this ride being?
Same length of time.
Okay.
Same length of time, yeah. But for but all of the scenes where you're under the sea right now, where it's
the undersea experience,
right? But you're actually under the sea, and you're tilted back, and you're looking up at the scenes happening above you.
I would think that's totally doable for them because they have that technology in the submarine ride already.
Well, and we live in the Bay Area, and there used to be at Marine World or whatever it's called now.
Marine World, Africa, USA.
Exactly. They used to have the same thing where it was the shark experience, and it was a 100-yard tunnel. Yeah, and you're going through an aquarium.
Yeah, it's an old gag in the aquarium world, which it's effective. I think it's great. I think Monterey Bay Aquarium has something like that, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, they actually, we just went there. They actually have it where you're underneath a tidal wave. So it's pretty neat. You actually have a tidal wave go over you. So, but that's what I would do.
All right.
To Ariel.
Cool.
Okay. Awesome. Seeing, hearing the detail, you guys, man, here's mine.
Okay.
Here's one of my big things. Haunted Mansion.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to touch
What are you going to change?
the Haunted Mansion because I feel like it needs a little bit of love. First of all, slow the ride down. Slow. That ride is like a minute, it feels like. And you kind of, you're screaming by all these things. Like the first part of the mansion's kind of boring. The hallways, it gets interesting. The attic is terrible. The ballroom scene is amazing. I want to see. So slow the ride down for the ballroom scene. Everyone always leans forward. You would prevent a lot of people from using flash photography, which I can't stand. That was my big pet peeve from this trip. Some guy in the elevator room was like taking pictures of the stretch portraits, and one was right above my head, and his flash went on, and he just put it right in my face. I was like, please, I put my hand in front of his camera lens to block his photo. Like, stop it, dude. I couldn't see. Anyway, slow the ride down. The ride's way too fast. I want to see that. I want to see the graveyard scene. Okay. I know it's hard to see in the back. I know it's supposed to be like it never ends, but I want to see more. I don't know, a little more detail in the back. Revamp the attic scene. The attic scene's kind of boring and kind of I don't care about it.
Yeah,
I know it goes with the theme of Master Gracie and the wife and all that kind of stuff, but
they could do so much more.
It's kind of a break before the graveyard. It's like, okay, I can just not pay attention right now because I'm in the attic and no one cares.
But you're
on
you're right. You're on a 3-minute ride or something. You don't need a break.
No, yeah,
it's okay to be stimulated for 3 minutes.
Right. I would also make the ride longer. I would expand the ride. I think it's way too short. It's way too short. I don't know what I would. I mean, you would need to, blow up probably an existing part of the ride or continue it down, backstage or something. But change the Haunted Mansion a bit. Make it a bit better. It's. I would say probably everyone's favorite. At least the top 5. I don't think anybody hates the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Let's go a little bit. Come on, pick up pace a little bit.
Cool.
Okay.
I like that.
Taryn, go.
Okay. So my second one is another just complete creation. So there's nothing in the park for Lion King, right? So what I would build is Rafiki's Zen Den.
Really?
Mm-hmm. This
it
will smell of lavender or patchouli.
Oh, either or. All right.
Okay.
And
can we say lavender? Because patchouli, come on. We live in the Bay Area, too close to Berkeley.
I know, but I wanted to give like the vibe, what I'm going for here. So that's why I said patchouli, but really it would smell of lavender because it's a place to go and relax. So this is going to be essentially a large room with like a huge mattress and couches and chairs and like little tables, and this is going to be a place where you can go and hang out with the baby or whatever, or take a little break, or if you're by yourself in the park, you can go sit in there for a little while and just chill out. It's going to be super air conditioned, so you can get out of the sun, and there will be coconut water and other light refreshments, as well as healthy snack bars and turkey jerky.
Nicely done.
And to top it off, for the little kitties that are in there, there will also be a virtual chalkboard where you can finger paint. Because I don't know if you remember, but Rafiki is the one that drew Simba.
He is.
How good is that idea?
It's a good idea.
It's fantastic, actually.
Yeah. Would you replace the animation? Wow, she looks like she just ran like a marathon and was just like, I accomplished this.
I don't want to follow that.
Yeah.
That's not even my best one, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Great. Well, speaking of not our best ones,
I got a text from my brother. My brother and my sister-in-law are in Disneyland.
Oh.
nice.
And it's the first time going to Disneyland without kids. The rest of the family, Tara and I were supposed to go this weekend, and we went last weekend. The rest of the family's following them, I think, tonight. I think they're showing up. So my brother Pete goes, all right, let's test your Disneyland knowledge, Jason. Where are we?
Oh, I know where they are.
They're on the... No, they're not.
Yeah, they're on the Lily Bell.
Yeah.
They're on the Lily Bell.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Duh.
Yeah.
first of all,
But
whatever.
also impressive that they got on.
That's what I said. That's a hard get, man.
not
Yeah.
bad.
I don't even understand. So good job.
Nice.
Whenever Pete takes a photo, he's always looking down to like
He's looking where his thumb is pressing
yeah,
the
and
camera
then he's
button.
like, it's always that picture, that look of like, I can do this, and he's like, and like mid, whatever, old people. Okay, Terrence.
Okay, so this is probably my worst or my least formed idea, but I was thinking about movies as well that were made by Disney or made by a company that Disney owns and never had anything in the park. So we're going to get rid of A Bug's Land, and we're going to turn it into Super Mario Brothers Land. Now, the 1993 movie was made by Buena Vista Studios, which is owned by the Disney Corporation.
I don't know if you see
Weird.
Bev's face, but
She doesn't like it.
What were we talking about earlier that was a stretch? Because this just trumped that.
Oh, wait, hold on. So I don't have, I haven't reimagineered every single ride in there. I know that Flix Flyers will be rethemed as red and green turtles, but this is the best part. All right, this is the best part. It's tough to be a bug. It's great, but we're going to get rid of it. We're going to turn it into a live action Super Mario Brothers video game, a la Nickelodeon Arcade. So what you will use, what you'll have is a giant projection screen. You'll have a giant projection screen, but it also has cameras on it.
Okay.
So it is filming you, and you are reacting to what's happening on the screen. So when you jump, it can see how high you jump, and you can hit the squares, and the squares will drop coins. It'll be a live action video game, a Super Mario Brothers in Disneyland. Come on.
right.
And you'll only have to wait in line 643 hours for your turn.
We weren't talking about all of that.
Fast pass it 2 years in advance.
I just think it would be awesome.
No,
Okay.
it's interesting.
There you go. Do you really think that a Super Mario Brothers anything anywhere would work?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, good. Okay.
I feel like that's something that we would complain about if they added to the park.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
But good idea nonetheless.
well thought out.
Yes, it is.
My second one, and I don't know. Look, this shows how little I know about what Imagineers actually do. So I don't know if Imagineers are responsible for this or not, but I would have an annual pass holder entrance to the park.
Absolutely.
Beverly's applauding me
That
right
I
now.
really, really wish would happen.
Yeah, because there's so many of us.
Mm-hmm.
And come on, I'm really standing in line waiting for people to go, I didn't know how to take a picture for my thing. Yeah, I lost my pass. Get me in. I have my thing. I have my photo. I'm an accomplished Disneyland traveler. Get me through. Get me into the
Yeah,
park.
I know what I'm doing. I don't need a map.
I need to spend money. I mean, that's all you're doing. You're limiting
Yeah.
people spending money. Get me into the park.
I love that idea.
I do too, and they do so many other things that are beneficial for annual pass holders. Like they offer so many perks. It's unusual to me. It's weird to me that they don't offer this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people would just complain, but and Disney doesn't want necessarily to sell more annual passes because people who buy passes go more times than is profitable for the company as far as selling tickets. But we end up buying stuff. We end up buying merch. I mean, come on, give us a break.
Yeah.
And you can theme it out. You could do all sorts of stuff. Maybe it's a private entrance or retina scan and stuff. I don't know, whatever.
I like it.
Anyway, that's it. It was very simple, but I think it's needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, put it in the back of DCA or whatever. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is my big one. I have completely revamped Tomorrowland.
Oh, okay.
Completely.
Wow.
So here we go. First of all, we're going to change Autopia into Galactopian Adventures. It's a suspended spaceship ride. You still have total control over the vehicle, and it's still on a track, but it's no longer on the ground, nor is it a car. I don't have to figure out how it works. I just have to come up with the idea.
How is it going to be
That's
suspended, but you can move it? I was trying to figure that part
We'll
out.
figure it
Magnets or air pockets. Oh, we should talk
out.
about
we
our.
should talk about
yeah,
that.
okay, yeah.
But
Okay.
okay, so yeah, hey, Walt came up with some really weird ideas, and they were like, "That's not going to happen." So
Okay.
that's more of a blue sky
Okay.
idea.
Yeah.
Then repaint everything, because I sat and ate breakfast by myself there, and that place is hideous. No more shiny blue bricks, because what is that? Now it's going to look darker, like real rocks, and everything is going to be electronic. So no one's working at the food stands. You're going to pay with credit cards like on Virgin America.
Okay.
And then where you sit, there's going to be this conveyor belt going around like you see in sushi places, and that's where you're going to put all your trash. So
Okay.
it's just going to be cool.
Okay.
Pizza Port is going to become a juice bar, the juice bar of the future, featuring cold pressed juices and smoothies, which will only require about a quarter of the space that they're using now. So the rest of the space is going to become Flynn's from Tron.
Nice.
Yes. So it's going to be a throwback to the past with an arcade full of all the old school games that you can imagine. Star Tours and Buzz Lightyear can stay. They're fine. But however,
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Buzz Lightyear needs sensor upgrades because those lasers are terrible.
Are they?
Yes.
I always seem to at least get over 400,000.
Okay. Well, they're terrible and they need to be upgraded.
Are they?
Yes.
Maybe you need glasses.
Okay. And then the People Mover needs to be upcycled for something. I don't care what it is. It doesn't have to be a ride. Even if it's just droids and robots moving around the park, like looking like they're
Doing something.
like Disney cast members or something, and they're
Okay.
just needs something. It's so sad.
yeah,
It
that
is.
track moving around is just yeah.
Yeah, it's not allowed to sit dormant anymore in my new Tomorrowland.
There's a comment in the chat that says Taryn isn't sick anymore.
Okay, so Finding Nemo becomes the underwater world of the future ride. This is going to reuse the same submarines because I don't want to get rid of those. I think that they're nice. But this is going to take place in the year 2350 when Earth has been completely swallowed by water. And we are now living solely in underwater cities. Okay.
Where's all the water going to come from? Because all the water that's here is already here. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
The ice cap smelt.
Go ahead.
Anyway, and the flying rockets ride, I don't know what it's called,
Rockets, or whatever.
rocket
Yeah.
rods, whatever. It's definitely going to move, if not go away altogether. I think it's pretty stupid, but it always has a long line. And this is going to make room for a cool virtual entrance where you walk into Tomorrowland viewing giant screens. So I'm seeing like the biggest screens you can imagine, and they're all going to have live images from all over the world. And I'm not done.
Live images of what?
People.
Like-
It's there was a show. There was a show where like people could see other people in the world. And so it would be like images from like Hong Kong Disneyland and Shanghai and
Oh, Disneyland.
Okay.
well, sure. That's
Okay.
not that just came to me now, but like just all over the world.
Just
like
people. I don't know. Shopping. Here's a guy that tying his shoes on a continuous loop.
I mean, originally I was thinking like you could see like, Africa or like I don't know, just all these different things. But yeah, it makes more sense if it's like Disney stuff. So that's fine.
Okay, that's fine. Good. I like it.
But either way, it's very technologically driven. So here's my favorite part of the new Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm.
This part is kind of for you, Terrence.
Okay.
So lastly, Captain EO is going to come back,
It has a daycare.
Thank you.
but it is not going to be 3D unless they can make the 3D not suck. However, when it's not Captain EO, so Captain EO may not be the entire day long. It's going to have different showings. So when it's not Captain EO, it's going to be a virtual theater where you're given glasses, much like Google Glasses, and you're going to sit in the theater and you can watch a variety of Disney movie trailers, all kind of to yourself.
Okay.
And you can choose whichever ones you want. I don't know how they'll make that happen, but they will. And then, let's see. Just want to make sure I got everything. Okay, so also for the last showing of the night of Captain EO each day, after the credits, Just Another Part of Me, that song plays, and that song's gonna play all the way out. Then they're gonna disco out the place, and they're gonna play 2 or 3 additional Michael Jackson hits. Bam!
I approve. I approve.
That's the new Tomorrowland.
I approve.
But okay, all right. Mine is not 2 question.
Okay,
You did great.
thanks.
You did great, Taryn.
Well, you said you didn't know what to do with the People Mover, so I'll tell you what we're doing with the People
okay.
Mover. So it's going to be completely enclosed at this point, and it's going to be Star Wars themed. Now, that's just because they want Star Wars to take over anyway. They need to figure out something to do. So, so due to the extensive damage that the rocket rods already did to the track, we're going to have to replace the track. We'll rebuild it. But we're going to use projection, LEDs, and also car-mounted shakers as well. And each car is going to be reimagineered to look like a speeder. Now, what we're going to be doing is going through all the major scenes of Star Wars with projection on the walls as you're going through battle scenes going on literally all around you. It sounds a little bit like Star Tours, but it's not just in front of you. It's going to be above you and behind you and to the sides as well, like you're going through space and you're fighting as well. You see so all the battle scenes, you see a trip to Endor, but the area when you're going through that used to be where Epcot was displayed. It's going to use a combination of projection effects and Pepper's Ghost effect to change between 3 scenes, which is the Millennium Falcon getting ready to take off from Hoth, Darth Vader and Luke during the "I'm Your Father" scene when Luke is dangling as well, and then also the attack on the Death Star going on. So you'll have the models. They'll use the Pepper Ghost effect. It'll be huge while you're going through. Then you go through the super speed tunnel, where that's your trip back to base.
Nice.
Wow.
I like it.
That was your last one?
No, I have one more.
You have one more?
Do you want me to do it now?
No.
Okay.
My last one.
You decided to skip one? I thought you had 4.
Well, I deleted it because
Okay.
it wasn't very strong.
Okay.
It was just to buy the Alpine Inn behind DCA.
Super Mario Brothers was strong. Was that a strong one for me?
Mine was just to bring back the People Mover. It's interesting.
Yeah.
We all have uses for
Yeah.
People Mover, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just bring it back.
Do something.
But didn't they get rid of it for a reason?
I can't remember why.
They got rid of it.
It had problems like going fast and then stopping and then turning.
But that's technology from the 70s
Oh,
or
that's true.
60s.
No.
No?
It was with the rocket rods. It was the rocket rods in the late 90s. I forgot what year it went. But they had, with the vehicle itself, it was supposed to give you the experience of going really, really fast. And so they had hydraulics that would lift the car at different times. But there was never enough track for it to actually catch up speed, because it then had to slow down to go around corners. And so it was doing damage to the vehicles themselves and also to the track. And so, with it being down 3 times a day, they decided just to close it.
Yeah.
So you would want to fix that.
Well, that's
And
the
make
rocket rod. I mean, the People Mover's different.
Oh yeah.
No, not the rockets.
Yeah,
but the
no, I know.
rocket rods were the ones
Yeah.
on the track. Yeah.
I would bring it back.
Yeah.
Fix it.
I like that.
I liked it.
I don't
that
know
was
why
it.
they haven't.
That
It's
was my
kind of
last
weird.
one.
All right, Terrence.
Go ahead.
All right. This one is for a.
So, Taryn, you had no more.
I don't have any more.
Okay.
Okay. I touched on this on a show, and I forgot what it was, and this was the one where my boss said this is a great idea. So, it's a Ratatouille character breakfast. Now, you'll repurpose the award wieners and that eating area and that area over there. Get rid of that and completely enclose it, and it'll be a character breakfast. And it's going to be kind of like Turtle Talk, but the kitchen's going to be a large rear projection screen portraying an animated kitchen with Remy, who's the rat, and Alfredo Linguini. Now, the animated image of the pair is a computer graphic avatar controlled by a puppet, operated by a backstage actor and puppeteer whose performance is digitized in real time. Now, I found this out because this is how they do Turtle Talk with Crush. Their movements and voice activated their movements are voice activated and lip synced and rendered on the fly and projected at 60 frames per second. So the cook's mouth moves in synchronization with the actor's words. Digital puppetry techniques allow the puppeteer's movements to control the body and the motions of the images on the screen. So the technology enables each show to be different, as the pair will respond uniquely to each individual audience member. There's cameras mounted on the screen in the restaurant, and the hidden actor behind the scenes can see what the audience is doing and can interact and actually speak to specific people because everything is being done on the fly. So the table that's right in front of the screen will be the table that's interacted with the most during this. The characters on the screen will actually take the orders for the people. The waiters obviously will hear the orders as well, and they'll speak to them and talk to them and interact with them as they're cooking the meal. And what I see happening, like scenes in the movie where Alfredo was reaching for a specific spice and the mouse pulled his hair. You know, he would reach for something to put something in, and the mouse would pull him. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot you said no cheese," or something like that. And so interacting with him the entire time, and then the food comes out, and then it's over. But it will be an absolutely amazing way to take the technology they're already doing with Turtle Talk with Crush and have a character breakfast as well.
Cool.
Not bad.
Oh,
pretty good.
I do have one. I have one more, and this one is the best one. No.
My Lord.
Wow.
All right.
Sorry.
You can't win just with numbers.
No, I know. That's true. So Toontown becomes Arendelle.
What's Arendelle? again?
Arendelle is the city from Frozen. I know that we already said no more Frozen, but this will work.
All right.
So it's going to bring traffic back to that area at Disneyland, and it's going
It's
to...
a country.
That'd be cool. You just
it's the castle
keep
within
everybody over
Arendelle.
there. Actually, I like this idea already.
Lock 'em in.
There'll be bring a lot of traffic back there. The entrance is going to be a remake of the courtyard from the castle where they live, but the backdrop's actually going to be the huge ice castle that Elsa Elsa winds up creating. Inside of there, you're going to have. I couldn't remember if it was Elsa or Anna. Indoors, you're going to turn Roger Rabbit into an indoor skating rink, where the ceiling is going to snow periodically as well, and it's going to replicate the Great Hall where Anna and Elsa build Olaf for the first time. You're going to have Olaf's Summer Adventure roller coaster, which is going to take over for Gadget's Go Coaster. You're going to have Kristoff and Sven's ice delivery sleds. So you're going to have, horse-drawn or whatever sled rides throughout that entire area as well. You're going to have your Anna and Elsa meet and greet back there. You're going to have a Do You Want to Build a Snowman, Build-A-Bear area in there as well. And that's where the Frozen stage show will be, which will get rid of Minnie and Mickey's houses and let Muppets 3D return to DCA.
I like this idea because it will bring everyone there and the rest of the park will be empty. That's what I really like about it.
I don't even think that part of the park can contain the amount of people that would have a one-track
It's a
mind
logistical
like that.
nightmare right there, but it's a good idea.
All right, well, there you go, everybody. Those people that are listening live, if you're in the chat, let us know who won. There's already a preliminary winner. I'm not going to tell you who it is. But let us know. We're going to do a little bit of Disney news. And then, Bev, if you wouldn't mind just kind of keeping a general tally over the next 5 minutes, and we can break into announce. What we're going to talk about, speaking of wind-powered things, is Taryn and I decided to do Luigi's Flying Tires for one last time because it's going to be shutting down.
Right.
And yes, thank you for the applause, Beva. I didn't do it, though. It was the most awful time I've had on a ride since Mater's Junkyard Jamboree or whatever it is.
It is so much worse than Mater's. Mater's was fun. I giggled. I thought it was fun. It's not the best ride, but it was okay.
I catch you spinning in a circle sometimes just on your own anyways.
Funny. No, it was cute. This ride was horrible from start to finish.
So, the theming was cool. You walk in, and there's a lot of, that cute cars thing where, there's, stickers from all over the country, all over the world, and, one was come to ancient Greece, but it was Grease, and the Parthenon instead of pillars was pistons, and it's just cute stuff like that. They had a Cars kabuki mask. I don't know, fun stuff, right? You get in, you get on the flying saucer thing, and they don't tell you what to do. I mean, they guess you lean and whatever, and so it goes, okay, we're watching people do it, and some people are getting speed, but Taryn and I get in, and we're like, okay, lean forward. And we're leaning, and we're not going anywhere. We're kind of going in a circle, and people are screaming across the thing. I'm like, this is the worst thing ever. If it doesn't work for everyone, it can't. What are you doing?
Right.
Stop this.
Well, and that's the exact problem with when they did it the first time.
Yeah.
Is that it didn't work for everyone.
And I'll tell you, if you have shorts on or like a dress or something, and you want to go on this ride, be very careful because the air is on all the time. So just to let people know, because I feel like nobody would really think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
And it's on. It's not as powerful as it is when the ride is actually functioning. But there's constantly air coming up the thing. Halfway through, I'm looking at the cast members like, can we stop this? It was.
Well, that's the other thing. It's the shortest ride ever. Like
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't even have a chance to figure it out.
In that case, I'm glad. Now, Bev, you went on it when we did our.
Oh my gosh.
Was it our passport preview? Did you come with it? Was that just Tara and I?
No,
Okay.
it was the next time.
Okay. All right. So you
so
waited in line.
So I waited in a stupid line for that stupid ride.
It was like 25 or 30 minutes,
At
right? It was
least.
a crazy ride. Yeah.
At least. And they stopped the ride twice while I was on it because at no time, even though you're supposed to be using the lower quadrant of your body to move this thing, you're not allowed to stand up. And if you stand up or remove your butt from the seat in any way, they shut you down. They shut it down twice because a kid, I guess, couldn't reach the ground or something. I don't know what was going on. But finally, he got up a third time and they just ended the ride. And I was just really bitter. Like, it was a terrible ride. I waited a really long time and then I didn't even really get to do anything. Like,
And-
I didn't even get to ride it.
And that was when they still had the beach balls around. That was
It was
kept being swept down the path.
Yeah, it was. I'm so glad it's leaving.
I'm glad it's
Yeah.
leaving too, but it's kind of a shame because the theming's really nice.
It's actually a really
It's brand
cool
new.
setup. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, here's all this money, and I know, John Lasseter, the Pixar guy, he really wanted that. He pushed really hard for it. Sorry,
Yeah.
no, it's terrible.
It's just.
They,
you
I mean, how
just
many millions and
redesign-
millions of
like,
dollars did they
use
spend
some
in
of
that?
those big brains and figure out a way to make that whole setup work. Maybe not using the air hockey table method,
Yeah.
and try it again. But this was a total failure.
Well, this was the try it again. I mean, it was there
Yeah.
It
before,
was, yeah.
and they had the same problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe just let it die.
Let
Let
it
it go.
die.
Let it
Make them
die.
bumper cars that look like they're hovering. They don't have to actually be hovering because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a winner for the?
We do.
Yes.
Okay. Who, Beverly, Imagineered? Imagineered. Who won? Because I'm sure it was me. I
So
had stellar
I'm gonna
ideas.
do it in 3, 2, 1.
All right.
In third place, we had Jason Petrick.
Yay!
Yay! Good job.
Oh, third. Oh,
Third.
I thought that was. Oh,
Top 3, not bad.
all right. Yeah. I'm.
In
Hey, that's pretty
Second place, and this was close. We had Terrence Green. So that means Taryn is our winner.
Oh,
Congrats, Taryn.
nice job,
Thank
Taryn.
you. Told you guys I was excited.
Her ideas were the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Frozen Land? Come on. That's amazing.
I have a little girl. I'd be stuck in Frozen Land.
Super Mario Brothers Land?
Rafiki
Come on.
Zenden. Come on.
That's pretty good.
People
That's just
mover.
creative.
That is pretty good. I
Fat,
can't lie.
slower haunted mansion. Next time you people go on haunted mansion, you'll be cursing the day that you didn't vote for me because you're like, yeah, this is what was going on in there. I don't even know what's happening. I can't even tell. Ride's over already. All right, we're doing some Disney news. There's not much going on in Disney news. We're gonna split shortly after, but wait, okay, hold on. Yeah, see, I got to do this thing. Still working within the boundaries of this program that I don't really know. Okay, here we go. Disney news.
March in the past, present, and future with all the news that's fit to cover. It's the Ears Up Disney News.
It's the Ears Up Disney news. What? Okay, oh, that's right. I'm on a Mac now. So, see, they changed stuff, and so now I got to figure out how to play it. Oh, you can just open it. There we go. Okay. Sorry, got to get our news thing going on. So, everyone's familiar with Minecraft.
Yes.
Yes.
People with kids, you guys, okay, Minecraft thing?
Huge thing.
Apparently, someone created a version of Disney World in the Minecraft.
Oh,
in the
wow.
Minecraft universe. There's a screenshot. It's all pixelated. There's the partner statue, and it's pretty funny. It's a 1:1 ratio scale of Disney World. Wow, Microsoft's recently paid more than $2 billion to own Minecraft. Minecraft is what we call an open-world sandbox game where players can build amazing creations, walk endlessly, or even play against each other online. Or it's called in Minecraft. It's not called Disney World. It's called the MC Magic server. I don't understand. Apparently, some guy called the Real Ducky is his screen name. He started building out the castle with a couple of friends. Then he saw on the Minecraft subreddit that someone else had built the front train station to Walt Disney World. He goes, I put 2 and 2 together and figured I could put each one on opposite ends of Main Street, and then it just blew up from there, he says. He got to thinking that there are thousands of people who would never have a chance to make it to Disney in their lives, so he started a free server running out of his bedroom to give people an opportunity to visit the park.
Wow.
The server can only handle around 20 people at a time. Through word of mouth, other builders from around the world pitched in to help him create more of the park brick by brick. The number of people willing to help out grew, and 3 years later, the entirety of Disney World was online and could take hundreds of visitors a day. How cool is that?
That's very
That's
cool.
awesome. I'm looking at the video right now. It's really cool.
In MC Magic, there's no dying. It's strictly for wandering around and checking out the parks. The spawn area looks like the front entrance to Disney World, the ticketing and transportation center. You can read about different aspects of the park and learn how to do things, at which commands to type in. The best part is you don't actually have to walk anywhere. For example, you can just type in that you want to go to the Magic Kingdom, and you're magically transported to Main Street.
That's so cool. I like the reason that he did it, because some people just might not ever get there.
That's super cool.
Apparently, he spent well over $16,000 doing this.
Wow.
Server time and all
Dude's
that kind
got
of
time
stuff.
and money.
For sure. There are hundreds of, quote, cast members also who help guests find things that make sure that everything is running smoothly, family friendly, blah, 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 blah. Pretty cool. Oh, wait. Is he going to do Phantasmic?
Yeah, that's the video that I had started.
They did a Phantasmic.
Yeah.
You can download what are called resource packs that allow you to experience the parks as intended, and that even includes the music and the shows such as Phantasmic. Let's see if we can get this.
That makes me want to play Minecraft.
Wow. Terrence, are you seeing this? I know you can't really because the computer's in the way, but... And honestly, like the kind of overviews, the view that you would get at Club 33 during Phantasmic.
Yeah, it's a better view than I've ever seen for Phantasmic.
Wow. Well, kudos to this young
That's
man.
awesome.
Who has $16,000
you
for
cut it
this
right
stuff.
at the really good song part.
Yeah, it's all right. So there you go, Warcraft people. Or not Warcraft, that's me.
That just came out.
Minecraft.
That you get the new.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Kidding me? I went to BlizzCon, bro.
There were people who.
Why do you think his day was so hard today?
Yeah, I had a hard day.
I have coworkers who took vacation.
I was seeing that online, like people like because whenever you have a software update, essentially it's what a new patch is.
Right.
You're gonna have problems, and there were a lot of server lag, and people were like yelling in the trade chat, which WoW is notorious for people just trolling other people.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. But they're like, I took a day off for this, blah blah blah, and some guy's like, oh, I wish I can, I didn't have to go to work tonight, and in my guild, and. These people are like, well, why don't you take the day off? He goes, I can't. Half of my staff took the day off to play this game, so I have to go in. I'm like,
Does he work at a comic book store?
I didn't even ask. I'm like, I'm going to stay out of this conversation.
Well played.
It's like, yeah, I can't imagine. But we really take the day. It's still going to be there. It's still going to be there. Anyway, so I think we spoke about on the last Disney news, Moana, the new animation, the new animated feature that Disney announced recently.
Yes.
Well, apparently, like everything that Disney is doing lately, there's some controversy around it. Fijian boat makers say to Disney, we want compensation for Moana. Disney's next animated feature, Big Hero 6, well, it is out yet, but some parties have already been claiming that Moana, a Disney feature scheduled for 2016 release, stole their intellectual property rights. The claims are based on one single piece of Moana concept art that Disney released last month. Fijian organizers argue that Disney used the design of pay attention, this is very, very important. They used the design of a traditional boat called a kamaku, pronounced the Macau, even though it's spelled Camakau, it's pronounced Thamakau, without their permission. Colin Phillip, a Moi Voyage coordinator, told the Fiji Times, there are two ways of looking at the traditional canoe being featured in the Disney production. One would be people being happy that the traditional canoes are being featured, but the other way of looking at this is on the intellectual property rights side, that the canoe design or the collaboration of design is quite valuable. It's something that I think they have gone ahead with without any approval from the Aitauki Affairs. I'm sorry, I'm slaughtering that. I don't know how to pronounce it. And the intellectual property owners being the elders or canoe builders of Fiji. While it's great that Pacific Island voyaging culture is being featured, I do hope the owners, canoe builders, will receive appropriate compensation for their use of canoe design, since the movie will make billions of dollars and the people from Korova are not being exploited. I don't understand. So here's a photo. Now, people, you can go look this up online. This is crazy. Here's on the left. There's a concept art from Moana, and basically the boat is just a shallow canoe with a triangle mounted on two masts pointed down to the front. It's very, very simple design.
It's a boat.
It's a boat.
Yeah.
It's a boat, and sure, it's a traditional. That's where the story is coming from. That area of the world, and so they're making traditional, right? But apparently they need to ask every single boat maker in Fiji to use this. Why contemporary Fijian boat makers deserve compensation for centuries-old boat design to which they have no authorship or ownership rights isn't explained in the piece. From a legal perspective, there's currently no evidence to suggest that Disney does not have the same rights as the Fijian boat makers to use a traditional Thamakau design in their work. Amazingly, the boat isn't the only tenuous claim of infringement being made against that piece of Moana concept art, because it's only the one piece.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing else has been released. An anonymous reader sent the image below that alleges Disney used a photo from a website for the background of their Moana concept art. Anyway, go look at it. It's
jeez.
like, it's just, here's the shape of these cliffs, and it's sort of in the concept art.
You know, it must suck to be Disney sometimes.
It says, if the two allegations can be derived from one piece of Moana still art, imagine the claims that we made when the actual film was released. It's like that lady that we talked about last time wanting compensation for Frozen paralleling her life.
Right.
That was my favorite.
Oh, God. I don't understand. I mean, the person who wrote this piece has a point. If the people making the boats don't need to get permission from each other to make the boats, then you shouldn't have to get permission to make the boats in the first place.
Yeah.
If you'd have that, I would imagine you set some sort of legal precedent, so then now you're kind of can sue yourself, which can happen. Like if you file a patent in the U.S. and then you don't file an international patent within like 6 months or something, and then you bring that product to market before your international patent, you're violating your own patent,
Right.
and you can sue yourself somehow. Anyway, I thought that was really, really interesting. It's probably not fun to be Disney lawyers.
Yeah.
But job security, I
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
In case you haven't heard, Disney Pixar announced Toy Story 4 recently.
I'm excited.
The good news is, or the big news rather, is it will be directed by John Lasseter, which I don't think he's directed a movie in a while. It will be released to theaters on June 16th. 2017. The release date seems so far away, but we're very excited that a fourth Toy Story movie is happening. John Lasseter released the following statement. He says, "We love these characters so much. They're like family to us. We don't want to do anything to them unless it lives up to or surpasses what's gone before. Toy Story 3 ended Woody and Buzz's story with Andy so perfectly that for a long time we never even talked about doing another Toy Story movie. But when Andrew, Pete, Lee, and I came up with this new idea..." What happened? Stop. Websites. I could just not stop thinking about it. I was so excited. It was so exciting to me. I knew we had to make this movie. Yada, yada, yada. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are coming back to reprise their roles in the movie, and kind of get the feeling that everybody else is going to come back too.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so somebody in the chat just said, I'm on the fence about the Toy Story 4. They wrapped up the trilogy so well, and I don't think the story needs to go further. And I completely agree. And I'm really excited because I love all those characters. But yeah, like, it was great as it is. Like, don't go and screw it up.
Right.
It was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
It really ended perfectly.
It makes me nervous, but at the same time, I am a little bit excited because those two characters are so great. Woody and Buzz are so great.
Yeah, no, they're very good. I don't know. I normally don't like continuations of movies, but Lasseter, I think, will do a good job. I mean, he knows as well as anybody
Yeah.
that this film has a lot riding on it. I mean, it could make or break the Toy Story franchise.
Yeah.
No one wants a stinker in their franchise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
What
last,
if it ends up going straight to video? That would be funny.
yeah, like Land Before Time 12. Bobo gets a cold or whatever. You know you hit a home run when you hear Beverly laugh from the soundproof booth. This is my favorite story, and I've saved this for last. It's another lawsuit, of course, because why not? Some people might be thrilled to almost $1,000 for speaking just a handful of lines in the movie. But Spencer Lacey Gaines, or Ganus, probably isn't one. According to her contract, TMZ says he filed in court. Ganus. I'm going to call her Ganus because that's a silly name. Made $926.20 to voice teenage Elsa, the main character in the highest animated all time, ranked in $1.2 billion.
Wait. Teenage Elsa?
Yeah.
She had what?
12 lines.
Yeah.
But still.
No, that's $80 a line. All right, cool. That's good.
She appeared in two short scenes.
She should get residuals though too. She needs a better manager.
Apparently, there's been a correction. She's not suing Disney. This happened recently in the past couple of hours, as far as I can tell. She's not suing them apparently, but she only made $926. So that's the point of the story was she was suing them, but apparently that has come out. She's not suing them.
Well,
She's
I don't
perfectly
think she
happy.
could because you sign a contract.
Yeah,
you
but
can't
it's
sue when you've signed it.
California. You can do whatever you want. Lawsuits.
But you're not going to win.
Contracts don't necessarily mean anything. If you have a good lawyer, you can have a contract.
Well,
in
she
a second.
clearly doesn't have a good manager, so I imagine she does not have a good lawyer.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so insane.
When you're working with Disney, start with thousands.
Well, but if you're a young actress, and you want to launch your career, she was also in like Happy Feet and Ice Age, so she's trying to get work. And 12, she's in 2 scenes. She can't have that many lines. Probably did it in a couple days. That's it. Perfect. And you're a young actress. You're just trying to get out there, man.
Yeah, I would like to see how much they spent on that entire film, and then compare that, and that's where you're supposed to negotiate.
Well, yeah. Well, you can't do that until the film is out. So she didn't know.
Well, I know, but I guess I mean,
can't fault her. I can't fault her manager. She got scale. I mean, she got a day rate and probably didn't have to work a whole day.
Yeah, that's true.
That's money in the bank right there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to sit and go because they're going to get anybody else. It's Disney. They can get anybody else. You probably went through a month of casting. You're not going to look that gift mouse in the throat or what's the saying?
The gift mouse in the throat. I think it's right.
I think that's what it is, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I had it right.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to leave.
All right.
Are we done? Did we do everything?
We did all the things.
Think
We've been here for an hour and
so.
20 minutes.
Yeah, we should go.
This is a long one.
Excuse me. Let's do the fact of the show real fast and then get out of here. So this one is on the long-standing Disneyland rumor of the Matterhorn having a basketball court in it, which is actually true.
It's a huge rumor.
It's one of the rumors that is really true. It's not a full court. It's a half-court basketball and a basketball court, and I've seen people online debating if it's really a half court or if it's just a hoop. It's a half-court basketball hoop. Not that long ago, though, the space was sort of converted to storage, but the hoop was still left up on the backboard as kind of a cool throwback thing. However, there's now a display cabinet directly underneath the hoop, effectively preventing anyone from jamming a little b-ball. The cabinet is sort of hard-mounted to the wall with 2 railings keeping it in place so no unruly cast members can sort of shift it to play horse on the break or whatever. And we have a photo of it. We'll put it in the blog. But a lot of people are talking about the Matterhorn basketball hoop. And it exists, but sort of. It's only
Right.
there ceremonially or whatever.
That's still pretty cool, though.
Yeah. I like that that's a true rumor.
Yeah, me too. Okay, let's get out of here, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. To all our live stream listeners, I really appreciate it. And if you're listening live, stay tuned. We'll have the other show up and running in about 5-10 minutes. Until everyone else, what? Until everyone else. It's the 28th show. I still don't have a lockout. Anyway, ears up, everyone. Keep your ears up, would you?